Welcome to Post Fight with Ray Thompson. This show is powered by MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. For more interviews and podcasts, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. You can also follow MMA Crypt on Facebook and Twitter. It's at MMA Crypt on Twitter and MMA Crypt on Facebook. To follow me, it's at MMA Mental on Twitter and Ray Thompson on Facebook. I'm now joined by Russell Doane. Russell's coming off of another UFC victory, beating Marcus Brimage by a split decision at UFC 175, taking his pro record to 14-3 and his UFC record to 2-0. Russell, thank you very much for joining me. Congratulations on winning your second UFC fight.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Now, I'd like to talk to you a little bit, of course, about the fight. Now, going into the fight, this was you were facing an opponent who was a bit more well-known than your last opponent. You were facing Marcus Brimage, and he was also dropping down from featherweight. What was your views on him as an opponent?
As an opponent, man, he was such a step up from I guess anything I've ever faced. He's extremely aggressive. He, from what I've seen, his takedown defense, he wears guys down when they try to take him down. He really wears on you and he breaks you in fights. So, preparing for him was a task itself.
Also, what was it like for you as well? Because this was the first time that not only were you on a pay-per-view, but it was the first time you were on a main card as well. So what was that like for you?
It had a little bit of pressure, just a little bit, more or less. I was more excited to be on such a big event, to be on the main card. It was exciting for me.
Now, in the first round, you actually were able to take Marcus Brimage down, which is a hell of an achievement. We've seen him face some real high-level grapplers and they've struggled to get him down. But you took him down, you took his back. How frustrated were you that you weren't able to sink in the rear naked choke?
He does have a very good defense, submission defense, and we kind of counted it. We knew he had a really good submission defense. We didn't think the takedown. I didn't think the takedown was gonna come the way it did. I thought it was gonna be more like a scramble. But we worked on it a lot, and then I guess it's a good thing that I got the takedown the way I did.
Now, in the second round, Brimage scored a knockdown with a punch. How hurt were you from that punch?
Not at all, actually. I threw a kick. He caught me mid-kick. I was off balance. But he did hit me, that's for sure.
He also landed some big leg kicks as well. How concerned were you with his leg kicks?
The leg kicks, I'm going to tell you, the leg kicks hurt. They did. And he hit me square. You know what I mean? I just came off of a knee surgery, and in my mind, I was like, oh my God, is this a bad idea? Was this a bad idea? We didn't expect him to kick me so often. He's more of a puncher. He's more of a puncher. He's more in your face than he usually is, but he kind of stayed back and
yeah, they were
just punted me in the leg. So
they certainly looked effective. Now, it was a really, really close fight. So going to the judges' scorecard, how confident were you that you would get the nod?
Anytime they say split decision, you're never comfortable enough. You're never gonna be like, no, that's me. You know what I mean? You're never gonna think that. And personally, and of course not just me, but a lot of people think the 30-27 was ridiculous. That, you know what I mean? I have a lot of respect for Marcus, and 30-27 is definitely off. I'll say that.
You're now 2-0 in the UFC. I mean, and you've had some impressive performances. Any ideas on who you'd like to face next?
I'm never ever one to call anybody out. I'm just gonna wait for them to give me a call. Heal up a little bit, and I'll be right back in the gym. As soon as possible. And I'll just be waiting for another call. That's for sure.
Ideally, then, when would you like to get back in? I know, obviously, you probably you need to heal up from the fight because it was quite a brutal fight. So, when would you like to get back into the cage?
I say I'll be back in the gym by Monday. Just let my leg heal up a little bit, and then as soon as possible, I guess. You know, get another fight camp going, and I have no problem with that. I have absolutely no problem with jumping back in as soon as possible. If I could, I'd like to get 2 more fights this year. You know, this is my job now, and I enjoy it. So, as often as I can.
Well, congratulations on getting your second UFC victory, Russell, and thank you very much for giving me your time today.
Thank you for having me. Of course.
My pleasure. Before we let it go, Russell, I'm trying to give you a chance to do some shout outs. So anyone you want to thank, sponsors, trainers, and also shout out your Facebook and your Twitter?
You know, I really want to thank my team, Hawaii Elite MMA, MMA HQ down in Hawaii, all the boys at Gracie Technics for helping me out. You know, they really did push me this fight camp. I want to thank my coaches, Charles Kipili'i, Riley Lazares, Rob Hesia, you know, for everything they've done for me. I'd like to thank Cage Fighter, Rev Gear, Garden of Life. You know, they all really helped me out during this camp as far as training gear, supplements. You know, I mean, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Russell Doane 135.
That's great, Russell. I can't wait to see you step back into the cage again.
Me too.